Hola! It's time to have another Spanish lesson with my old friends, the Owens brothers. I'm glad you're here today, and I assume that you can see me through the computer or the TV. I don't see you. Are you really there? I know what I forgot. I forgot to put on my special magic Spanish glasses, which allows me to see you while you see me. And now I see all three of you, Arthur, Ansel, and Asa. I'm glad to be with you again. Today we're going to learn a few handy words and phrases, and we'll start with the days of the week. El lunes, el lunes, and that means Monday. Don't worry about the spellings or punctuation or the fact that sometimes the sentences are not in the same order that an English sentence would be. If you just imitate how I say the word, you'll be just fine. El lunes, Monday. El martes, el martes. That's Tuesday. El martes. Okay, this one's a little different. El miércoles. El miércoles. And that's Wednesday. Like we have our Wednesday night suppers at church. El miércoles. And now we have el jueves. El jueves. That's Thursday. And the beginning of the word sounds like it's a W in English, but J-U sounds like a W in Spanish, so it's el jueves. Okay. El viernes. El viernes. And that's Friday. El viernes. Now here's one where the word has an accent mark, a little short slanted mark over the A, and that tells you you put the accent on the A. That's el sábado. El sábado. It means Saturday. And you make the first syllable sound a little stronger because it has that accent mark on it. El sábado. And our last day of the week, in this order, is el domingo. El domingo. And that's Sunday. We go to church on Sunday. El domingo. And those are the days of the week in Spanish. And you can review this part of our lesson later if you want to practice and memorize the days of the week. Now this is a very handy phrase to know. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? And that means where is. ¿Dónde está? Well, if you wanted to know where the book was, el libro means the book. El libro, the book. So if you wanted to know where the book was, you would say, ¿Dónde está el libro? ¿Dónde está el libro? Now, if you wanted to know where the library was, because perhaps you needed to take the book to the library, you would say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Dónde está el biblioteca? It's kind of a hard word at first, biblioteca, but with a little practice you'll be just fine with that. Okay, what if you wanted to go to the movies but you didn't know where the movie theater was? You would ask someone by saying, ¿Dónde está el cine? ¿Dónde está el cine? And that means, where is the movie theater? Now, this one I think you especially enjoy. The name of a pizza restaurant is El Pizarro. El Pizarro. And if you wanted to know where one was, if say you were visiting Italy, if you were on St. Simon's, you would know where one was. You would want to go to CJ's, a truly wonderful restaurant. But if you were in Spain, say, and you wanted pizza and you didn't know where to go, you would say, ¿Dónde está el Pizarro? El Pizarro. Remember that Z's in Spanish sound like S's. There's no actual Z sound in Spanish like we have in English. Pizarro. Pizarro. Okay. Now this is a very useful word. It's I. It looks like hay in English because it's H-A-Y. But it's pronounced like I, the same as your eye that you see with. So, and it means there is. So, what if you saw a spider and you wanted to tell somebody? You would say, hay una araña. Hay una araña. Remember our old friend, the letter called Ñ? It's like an N, but it has a squiggle on top. And when you pronounce it, it sounds like you're pronouncing a NY in English, like in the English word canyon, canyon, or onion. It's kind of like that. So you'd say, hay una araña. There is a spider. Okay. Here's a little longer sentence, and it'll be fun for you to practice and play with it until you get very comfortable with it. And it says, hay una camisa sucia en mi cama. And it means, there is a dirty shirt on my bed. Hay una camisa, there is a shirt. Sucia, that's dirty. They put their descriptions after the main word instead of before, like we do in English. So it's hay una camisa sucia. There is a dirty shirt. En mi cama, on my bed. The word en, en, can mean either in, like our English I am, or it can mean on, like on in English. Okay, practice with that and have some fun with it. Now, I wanted to tell you about the word toco. Toco. It has two meanings actually. It can mean I play, like I play a musical instrument. And in this case, yo, that means I, myself. Toco, play. El saxophone. Yo toco el saxophone. and it means I play the saxophone. Isn't that neat? The word toco can also mean I touch. So let's see an example of how that's used. Toco el agua fría. It means I touch the cold water. Toco el agua fría. I touch the cold water. Okay, our last set of words, which I think you will like, is hermanos. Hermanos. Remember that in Spanish, an H at the beginning of a word is silent. You don't pronounce the H. So you pronounce brothers, hermanos. Hermanos. Okay? That means brothers. Now, what if you want to say the Owens brothers? Hermanos Owens. Hermanos Owens. The Owens brothers. And that's who you are. So, I hope you have enjoyed our lesson and that you'll review all the words and phrases we just went over until you are comfortable using them. You can use them in your home or at school or on the playground or at church. If you get used to using some words, it'll feel very natural for you. And if you ever take Spanish in school when you're a little older, you'll have a big head start. You'll have an understanding of the language that will make all your future learning go much better. So, I'm going to drop off some goodies and some goodie bags and also some certificates of achievement for you guys. I'll drop them off at your mom's office tomorrow and she'll bring them home for you. Every time you complete 5 lessons, you get a certificate of achievement from the Laboon Academy of the Spanish language. So, you have that to look forward to. But I've enjoyed our time together, and I hope you guys will have a fantastic school year when school starts pretty soon. Take care, and adios!